Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. And I am doing Inktober on a t-shirt. And today's is the 27th, which is the thunder. And I was wondering, like, how the hell do you show thunder? No freaking clue. So I am doing mine, like I said, on a t-shirt so I can wear my trophy and to show that, hey, I done did it. Some of them are awful, some of them are not so bad, you know, but on the whole, everybody can see what I've done, and it's kind of like a trophy. So and I'll probably, I think next year, I think I want to do it a little differently. I think maybe I'll do like little thumbnail sketches going around in a circle, or maybe a spiral, like starting at 1 and then coming all the way around and then ending at 31, and or maybe having one like on, this is day 1, and then have day 31 on the other sleeve, and then the rest just going around in a circle. I don't know. I'm gonna work on that design, but I'll save that for next year. So we're going to start off with where I left off, and that would be angular. On the other side of the shirt, I wanted to do like maybe 15 on one side and 15, 16 on the other. And this is angular. And she's not done because, you know, life gets in the way and I'm tired. So I might color this. I really hated thunder, or what I contributed for thunder, so we'll see how it goes. So angular was just like a whole bunch of angles, a lot of triangles, things like that. And I wanted to draw like kind of like a geisha, not even a geisha, but kind of like a large kimono of what it may be, a what do you call it? Maybe a dancer, a ballerina might wear. I don't know, but it's angular. We've got the angles here, yada yada yada. Okay, from angular we go to swollen. Swollen ended up being like a little swollen graveyard on the other side of the shirt, next to my little Nicki Minaj Pretty Death. And I just wanted this to be a graveyard that's just full of graves and horror and I don't know, a little pumpkin here on the side, things like that. I wanted to show something like that. Let's see, what else do I have? And I'm still every now and then adding a little bit more graves to it and stuff like that. No glitter on this one. Maybe around the moon, who knows. But I haven't gotten that far. That was swollen. That was number 17. Number 18, we go back to the other side of the shirt. And I wanted to do a genie in a bottle. I'm kind of stuck on how I want to do her hair. So depending on how I do her hair will probably depend on how I'm going to do the hands and stuff. But I'm going to decorate the bottle, maybe put some Zentangles here, and then maybe some Zentangles here. And I wanted to kind of give her a, I don't want to say Middle Eastern look. Well, maybe, or just like the typical genie with the blue skin or the purple skin or something with a different tone. Let's see. So that one was bottle. Scorched was a young wizard, and he's burning a heart into the ground. I didn't want to do somebody who was like burning or was burnt or burnt food or anything like that. Number 20 was breakable. Breakable, I did a video on that one. And I did a speed draw. I did like step by step on how I did this. And I added glitter. So that one's that. Just like really fragile wings with a little bit of the glitter coming down. And it's hard to see. Let me lift it up a bit. Not like I haven't lifted it before, but it's like some of the glitters coming off of the wing. That's how fragile she is, her magic is. Let's see. So that was that one. 21 was drain. This was one of those meh ones. And then someone came up with like draining from a vampire and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that would have been tight. But nah, I didn't come up with that idea. When I heard about drain, the first thing I thought of was a drain with a whole bunch of eyes looking up at you. So the only thing I need to add on here are like little red, and maybe to make it look like water's going down and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to look really super menacing with like eyes. It's like you're taking a shower and you look down and you just see things looking back up at you. You know, it's like if it wasn't for these things here, we'd be all over you like a cheap suit. So that was my drain. Expensive, that was another meh one for me, because I couldn't just come up with an idea that was something that wasn't used by someone else. So I came up with like selling your soul for like maybe YouTube views or something like that. And it's got like a demon hand that's holding on to it, but I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this one. But everybody else came up with gold and, you know, things like that. And I was coming up with things like, oh, teeth were expensive. Someone came up with art supplies were expensive. And here I am like selling my soul for YouTube videos. Anyway, moving on. Another meh one, because I couldn't figure out how would I draw a soul. I'm like, I don't know. Let's see, that was expensive. That was number 22. 23 was muddy, and immediately I started thinking of clay, like mud, people forming things with adobe and things like that. So I came up with someone who was forming a pot with mud. 24 was chop. Oh, and I like chop. This one I might color, or I might leave it alone. It's this burly guy. I wanted to kind of make him into a dwarf. And he's trying to have a drink, and someone reached for his drink, and he had to chop off their hand. And the hand is still attached to the bottle. He's like, what? You gonna start something too? That type of thing. Or do you want a drink, you know? I was coming up with an idea that maybe somebody was messing with him, cut off his ponytail, and he just kind of didn't give a shit. And then someone finally just tried to reach for his drink, and that was it. That was, you can cut off my hair, you can insult me, but don't mess with my drink. So I was thinking about doing like maybe some runes or something like that around it, trying to give it that idea of it's like a dwarven ale type of thing. And that was chop. Prickly, I had a hard time with, so I went against my rule of doing licensed characters or something like that, and decided to do the Kill Bill girl. I think her name was Yo-Yo or Yu-Yu or Go-Go. I can't remember. But I loved her part in the movie, even though it was really short, where she had that ball with the spines and stuff on it. And I'm like, oh, if that thing would have hit you, that would have been like crazy. So that was my idea of Prickly, and I was hoping nobody else would come up with it. Stretch is number 26, and it's right next to my Thunder. It's a little mermaid, little baby mermaid, who found a cookie hanging off of a hook, and she's reaching for it, she's stretching for it. So that was my stretch. You know, that's how do you catch a mermaid or a baby, catch them while they're young? You dangle a cookie in front of them. Let's see, and today's is Thunder. So I have like a couple of angels tap dancing on a cloud, and I have thunderbolts coming down from the cloud, and it's kind of cartoony and ugly and meh, but you know, like, well, it's a different take on you know, the idea of thunder, because my first idea was to have like angels bowling or things like that, or Thor or something like that, and I'm like, or even like thunderous applause, like a diva singing and then people clapping, just people's hands clapping to have that thunderous applause. But you know, tap dancing on clouds, yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't really want to color it. Not when I've got something that cool on this side and this cool on that side. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not really feeling thunder. I did go ahead because I didn't think I'd be able to keep up. And so I was drawing on the bus, and I've already come up with number 28, which is gift. My gift is a cat bringing in a dead mouse because he loves you. I love you enough to give you a dead rat. How about that? So that is gift. Double, another one. I immediately thought of American Horror Story, and I did a quick cartoon while I was on the bus, so not bad with all the jostling with my outline. And I have the double-headed twins from Freak Show. I just pretty much, I saw the picture of them, and I'm like, you know what, I can make that a little cuter. And that's my double. And then I just finished Jolt, and I had a hard time with Jolt. I'm like, I don't know what the heck to do for Jolt. And then I started thinking, you know, how about a girl giving a guy a kiss, and that gives him, you know, that spark, you know, it's like, woo. And then I took it a step further and just kind of redid a picture that I did before, where the Bride of Frankenstein is giving a jolt to Frankenstein. So it's either the kiss is what gave him his little, you know, perk, or her jumper cables that she has in her hand. Not sure yet. But that's what I came up with yesterday, and that was Jolt. And then the last one is going to be 31, and that's going to be Slice, and I'm going to put that right here on this sleeve. I have an idea that I wanted to put, oh, wrong sleeve, sorry. I was going to put it on this sleeve right here, and that is going to be where my Slice is going to be. So I'm kind of not sure what I want to do next. If I want to, I'm not sure which one I want to color, or which one, like if I want to do this one, you know, the dancers. And I'm like, I don't know. So, or I could just work on Slice and be done with it, you know, and come back to some of the ones that I didn't finish. The Slice does seem to be calling me. And this weekend is the best time to do it because, like, during the week I'm exhausted. I can't do anything as far as video-wise. Let's see. So, I guess I can try to color. It's just that it's so tiny. And I do have a lot more space to play with, too, down here and down here. So, I was even thinking of a Thunder Cat or something like that. You know, Thunder Cat. Ho. But yeah, you know, we could probably whip out Slice. I know it's like off the beaten track. Let's see. And if you want to catch the other side of the shirt, I have that on some other videos. Going probably really fast. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. I still haven't decided how I want to do her hair. If I want to do like the typical ponytail, but I don't want that to get into my symbol here. So I'm trying to decide, how do I want to do that. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I'd truly appreciate it. Another thing that really kind of trips me up is colors. What colors do I want to use? How do I want to do it? Do I want to do it monochrome? Do I want to do it realistic? Do I want to do it flat shading? Things like that. God, I wish I would have drew this a lot bigger. I didn't think I'd have enough space to fit in everything else. Silly me. I guess I could do it in the spirit of being on the same day. But the colors that I saw were pretty much black. They were wearing, like, well, it was a black and white picture, duh. My source image, but it could be any color I want. Yeah, it just sucks that it's really tiny. I wonder, I've got some pins that I might be able to bring in more detail, and hopefully it doesn't screw it up. Let's see. It's just that it's like too many black and whites together is hard to kind of distinguish. But if I color this one in Go-Go, this one will stand out because it's in black and white. I've got a lot of pencil lines because I had just pretty much, what is it called? I pretty much just did it on the bus, as you can tell. Oh, wonderful. So let me stretch it out a bit so I can get some color onto here. And I am using an embroidery hoop. I found that this is one of the best ways to grip a shirt. I've seen people use clips, try to clip it onto something, and I've tried it, and I didn't like the same grip that that this embroidery hoop gave. And with an embroidery hoop, it's easier to, like, if you need to trace underneath, you can put a light underneath and it becomes transparent. See, this is a nice grip where I can hit it and it pops back out, and I don't want to distort it too bad. Not that it matters now that I got the picture on here, but when you pull too much, it separates the shirt, you know, it just pulls the shirt, and it distorts an image. But if you've already got your image on there, there's no fear. So I put a board underneath, stick my boards under here, and they're pretty much mounting boards. Mounting boards are smooth, unlike cardboard like this. Never use this unless you want a texture, because this has got ridges, it's got bumps and grooves and stuff like that, and it sucks. But it gives an extra stability to the board. Not that it needs it, but I kind of like it. I kind of like having it an extra little something underneath. And they're just cut to the size of the board underneath, and I can push it up under, and I can push it down when I have a lot of ink on there. I will probably be using just a couple colors, and I think I should use like maybe contrasting colors, because I'm thinking I'm going to do this baby in maybe pinks and teals and things like that. And I'll keep these guys kind of like maybe dark colors with gold wings maybe, and you know, like the gold and stuff like that on the clouds, and just probably give it a few more clouds around it. Let's see, let me pull out my colors. Let's see, this is a 0.5. I outlined my image with a Pentel gel roller. These guys are not being made anymore, so wherever I can find them online, I grab them. They're really great. I mean, it gives you a nice black tone, but they go out really fast. I mean, it's like it's ink today, gone tomorrow. Like, I have a lot of ink in this one, but soon it'll be like completely empty. Let's see. It's weird. I don't know if it just tosses down a lot of ink at a time, but it goes out pretty fast. I think I can get like a couple of images out using that. This one seems to last a lot longer. It's a Prismacolor Premier. It's not as nice as the Pentel gel roller, but it does the job, and it doesn't wash out. Let's see, this was my cartoon of Fred Astaire, but these pens seem to go a little bit. Yeah, this is not going to give me much smaller lines. I'm going to have to find another. And I'm all like out of proportion and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one. Let's see. But I did it. That's the point. So maybe I'll do cross hatching and things like that instead of, you know, coloring it in. I hate to waste good colors on something ugly. I don't know. The girl didn't turn out too bad, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we got. We'll do something. I've got Zig fabric markers, fabric color. It's not too bad. The only thing about it is that you've got to heat set it. Yeah, this will be a fast color. And then we'll go on to something I like. And I might even play with the idea of doing the slice today. Let's go ahead and throw some music on. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see, we'll start this right here. And we'll keep this a little down. Let's see, I can't hear it. Let's see. Hopefully that's not too loud. Okay. So maybe if I draw a break dancer doing the same thing, or maybe actually do it traditionally on paper. Yeah, I found that a lot of the ones that I do that I actually pay attention to, I actually, you know, like where I give it a little bit more attention. They come out a lot better when I pre-plan it. What's up? Oh, woman, you're too kind. You're too kind. They're not always on point. I'm not that deluded. But yeah, I have fun. Some of these I just was not feeling the prompts. And it would have been something that I would have chosen, like stretch. I'm like, no. I think next year I'll do something that's more akin to you know, things that I'm interested in, like horror or something like that, because I've rarely done like crazy demons and stuff. Not that Drain and some of these other ones are crazy, but I don't know. I could have done a more dapper guy here, you know, but I was on the bus, I was doing my thing, and just kind of trying to get this stupid thing done. I think I got too many fingers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 5 fingers. Kim can still count. Okay, on to the legs. Yeah, this one's going to be a quick one. Yay. Yeah, I am so anxious to get to doing something different than this Inktober thing. I want to do, oops, just took the cap off one end and put it on the other. For my Inktober, not Inktober, now that Inktober will be soon done and forgotten, I want to do another jacket and then get back to my Crayola stuff. And let's see, do I want yours to be purple or black? Oh, purple. We'll do purple and blue just for giggles. Yeah, I've got this idea. Yeah, I've got this idea to do All Might on the back of one of my jackets that I wear when I ride my bike. Congratulations! Yay! I'm so proud of you. You sold all your dresses. I am so happy for you. Oh, that's okay. I'm just happy that you were able to do that. That is so cool. And I'm just going around and coloring this blue. And then I should have just kept it white, but this one's got hints of white. This one I'll just come around and let this be mostly white. And I'll probably use like a lighter blue for the clouds, or maybe I'll just throw this on here. That's how much I'm feeling this. I think the last picture in this series, I'll probably just tie everybody together like a bad American Horror Story episode, where you just kind of like vaguely link everything together. Like I'll be having maybe blood come off of this onto the clouds. I'm designing my own clothes now to try to save money for the environment from text. It's scrap fabric. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. See, at least you have a plan. But yeah, the next Inktober will probably have some sort of theme, maybe tattoo theme or monster theme, you know, for Halloween. Ooh, that would be cool. Halloween monsters, divas, something interesting. Textile. Okay, cool. That's pretty cool, Amaris. Because I admire folks that can make their own stuff. You know, you're not, you know, buying somebody else's dresses. You're making them, and then people are wearing them, which is really cool. That's really freaking awesome. Okay, let's see. Ooh, really super quick. Okay, so let's see. I am using tulip fabric markers. These guys seem to work a little bit longer and work a little bit or last a little bit longer. They blend with each other, and they're pretty awesome. You can also use them kind of like watercolors. So you could like take a paintbrush and treat them like watercolors. You know, bring them out. And I was wondering if I wanted to do something like that. Oh, sweet. What are they patterns of? You got 2 free pattern books? Japanese street food. Oh, that's tight. Oh. Now that would be a cool Inktober. Doing like the Harajuku style art. Maybe I'll just use these ideas as what do they call little monthly challenges. Like all the month of December, maybe do Harajuku on a t-shirt, or just do Harajuku art. I like it on a t-shirt though. That's gonna be crazy. You think this is gonna be busy? That Harajuku one would be crazy busy. Okay, a little bit of color seemed to work a little bit on this. I gotta admit, because it was looking kind of trashy and whatnot, especially since it's so small. And I apologize for how long it took for videos to come out. The one that I did for the breakable, it was the video I had made like off camera, just like about broke my computer. I can't remember if Fred Astaire had blonde hair, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Don't care. You will have the color hair that I want you to have, even if it's purple. Let's see. We'll give one of them brown hair. We'll give her brown hair. She was probably blonde. Let's see, for Japanese street fashion, part Japanese on Dad's side, so reading the patterns come easy to me. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I told myself that if I won the lottery, I would go to different countries and probably like stay for a year or something. Dad's Caribbean and Japanese. That's pretty cool. I'd love to hear how he was made. You know, the love story behind that. Big red bloody lips. Mom's Haitian in Africa. Wow, you've got like the mix in your family, girl. That's pretty tight. Give her hooker red lips in heaven. God, gotta stop. Okay, let's see. Blue. We'll give her some matching girl shoes. See if I can outline her lips a little bit better. Oh, here we go. Like these Prismacolor pens that I use that don't fade off of shirts, they are, or don't wash out rather. They fade a little bit, but you can still see them, and they're pretty decent. Like this shirt right here that I have, this was the Prismacolor, and I think I did this a few years ago. So they'll last a while. Let's see. Yeah, this one here is a. Oh, hold on. Mom's Haitian and African. French and Japanese was big for me growing up. That's pretty tight. You've got so many cultures. I love it. This is the perils of drawing small on a t-shirt. You can't really get those nice details. Like I've got like this black on her nose that I just cannot get rid of. Well, your ancestry sounds so badass. Because it's like you're like all you've got Caribbean, Japanese, Haitian, and African. Gosh, so who else is going to add to the rest of the family? That'd be so cool. You'd like have the whole world in your family. For me, one of my relatives had done a genealogy thing, and she found that there were like, well, you learn skin color doesn't never matter, just your character. For real, that's how it should be. I wish more people were like that. But yeah, we could trace ourselves back to I don't want to say slavery, but she found some of our people, were pretty much in Texas, and they were cowboys. So we had there was a picture of a couple of my relatives as cowboys, riding on horses and tending to the herd. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty tight. Had no idea. Oh, okay. You go, girl. International lover. And we'll make this more gray, where they're kicking or whatever, doing their thing. We'll make that gray. If I can find a gray that doesn't look black. This will work. Okay, now this one here is a graffiti fabric marker. If you're into drawing on t-shirts, I urge you to go ahead and get lots of different brands and figure out which ones work the best for you. Because I don't like using just one brand. And I found that when I add different brands to each other, I get some really good effects. Better than if I would have just went with one type. We'll keep it nice and light up here, and then darker on the bottom. Oh, these wings look ugly. Okay, I don't even want to give more time to this. Let me throw some color onto his shoes. And I guess I'll make this video something that, I think I'll make this video something like a catch-up video. So I'll probably go back to a few of them and color them in as I am inspired. And we'll make this a little darker down here. Oh, okay. Now, are you going to be doing artwork on a t-shirt or artwork on fabric? Okay, where's my white? Oh, that's cool. Once you start and you get your first one done, oh my gosh, there's nothing like it. It's almost addicting. And then I become like a t-shirt snob. It's like, I don't want to wear that. I want to wear something that I made. And then you start looking at t-shirts a little differently. You start looking at other people's shirts going, you know what, I can redo that. Or, oh, I would love to see that, but with this. You know, I want to go to Hot Topic and see what kind of shirts that they're trying to sell. And maybe come up with my own type of thing. I'm trying to get this to blend, but I think my white is dry. Yeah, I think this one might have gone dry on me. Let's see, we'll make her wings a little bit bluer. Oh, the music disappeared. Let's see. Ah, yeah, okay. I think I want to do something, either if I do try to do like fan art type of thing, I want to make sure that it is unique in some way. So like if I have a picture of Mickey, maybe I'd have him as, I don't know, dressed like Han Solo, or, you know, or do the Disney characters, what is it called, as Star Wars characters. You know, something like different. Or Disney as slashers, you know, like a slasher film. Mickey Mouse holding a, you know, like the Clockwork Orange iconic look, where the guy is like peeping through a hole or something. I don't know, but something like that. Something that brings back, you know, alludes to something else. Like Hulk is Sailor Moon. I got a couple compliments off of that one. People are like, "Oh, that's a pretty cool shirt." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is, isn't it? I made it myself." Yeah, this one's not coming out the way I wanted it to. I should have made that yellow. Let's see, maybe this might work. Yeah, the downside to drawing licensed characters is that, you know, they're licensed. And I don't want to get sued. So it's better to come up with my own little gimmick or something like that. But yeah, I love Hot Topic and the crazy stuff that they have out there. Alright, shoes are done. Her shoes are done. Let's see. I'll leave this white. Okay, time to play with something else. Bigger and better pictures. Let's see. Let's see, which one do I want to do? Let's see, right after Thunder. Oh, let me do Stretch. Okay, so we'll do the Little Mermaid here. Okay. So with some of these things, you know, it's kind of scary to be, I want to say it's scary to be like an artist nowadays, only because it's like people are so hypersensitive. Like Megyn Kelly, the chick that dressed up as Diana Ross for Halloween, she got all kinds of backlash on her because they said that she was in blackface. And I didn't take it as blackface. I took it as a Halloween costume. You know, paying homage to Diana Ross. And I was like, wow, these people. I mean, you can't dress up now. It's like adults ruin everything. You know, the environment, Halloween. It's like adults just ruin things. Candy. I can't even have candy anymore because adults are like, nah, candy's bad. And yeah, in small doses it's fine, but it's like they ruin everything. And what's sad is I'm an adult now, and I want to be able to dress up as Elvis, you know. Oh, been working on this, you know. But I can't, because that would be considered. Oh, take it easy, Amaris. I'll catch you. Oh, you go get some, girl. Can't wait to see them. You make sure you take pictures of them, okay? And tell me what you think. All right. You have a great one. Okay. All right. So, yeah, like, it's considered cultural appropriation, and I'm like, really? I mean, it's just like, wow. So I don't want to be insensitive to anybody. I do want to be able to portray different ethnicities besides my own, if not to show beauty and you know, the beauty in everybody, beauty that can be found in different things. And it's like, they don't. It's just not fair. Like, adults ruin every freaking thing. And Halloween used to be nice and fun and wholesome, but then they started coming up with like crazy sexy costumes. It's like, come on. Can't have candy. You can't go to certain houses because there's pedophiles. You know, it's like, come on. And it's just, so I have to take with a grain of salt the things that I draw, because I don't want to offend anybody. Like, even the dancer that I had drawn, I'm scared that maybe, or, you know, I'm afraid that it's going to offend somebody, you know, and I don't want to do that. I want to just capture beauty. I want to be able to create angular without having people upset with me. Not that anybody's has claimed to be upset with me, but it's like, you know, it's like it's hindering, and it's really sad to be able to have to do that. And it's, you know, and it's not like I'm out to offend anybody, is the thing. It's hard to articulate, but it's, if you are feeling like the pinch of things like that, let me know. Maybe I'm being hypersensitive like the rest of the folks. I'm not trying to be. It's just that I want to be able to create art, and I don't want to be offensive. I'm not trying to make people have a conversation, but I just want to create something beautiful, something that inspired me to create it. You know, something that didn't exist before. It's just really sad that you can't express yourself without someone saying that you're cultural appropriating and being cruel. It's not like you're being cruel, but then again, some of the artists that I've come across, like I saw this one where they had a designer had taken a picture of something that was back in, I want to say, in a very oppressive time for black people, and they put it on a dress. This person's pain, the person that was, I think it was, I can't remember her name, so sad, but she was discriminated against because she was black, and at that time period, they weren't considered human. Black people weren't considered human. We were monkeys, animals, fresh out of Africa type of thing. And it's just so unfair that, well, I don't know. How am I trying to... It's hard to draw and think at the same time. So I try not to do either. No, just drawing. No thinking. No thinking here. No, but they put it on a dress, And yeah, that's offensive. You know, this is a culture's pain, and people are putting it on a dress. Um, but it also, it's an artist trying to express themselves. Express themselves in a very strange way, but they were trying to express themselves nonetheless. And it's like you can't, because somebody's going to be oppressed. Like, I want to draw more Native American people, but I don't want to be disrespectful. Like, I want to draw the mythologies, not mythologies, or religions, or, you know, like I like drawing some Eastern creatures of mythology, and I don't want to be, you know, disrespectful to them. You know, inspiration is where you find it, and it's. I'm sorry that I'm all over the place with it, but and I'm not as articulate as I like to be while I'm drawing. It's something that came to mind, but things like Halloween, you know, people. This is the one time in your life that you're able to be something that you're not. You know, if I want to be a sports hero, I can dress up as a sports hero. But I know I'm not a sports hero. I'm not going to pretend to be a sports. Well, for one day, I would pretend to be, or during a party, pretend to be a sports hero. I don't want to lose my life or my job or anything like that over it. You know, but it's like people are, and it's not. I don't know. It's just not right. As much as I can't stand the Kardashians, there was a controversy over one of them supposedly, what is it called? Wearing an afro. And it was in the artist said it was of a Gibson girl. The magazine and the artist, they're like, we're doing a pictorial on an updated version of the Gibson girl. Back in the time when they had that particular type of artwork and whatnot. That's what she was portraying. But people jumped the gun and thought it was she that was doing it. She's a model. Models wear what they are told to wear. You know, it's part of their job. And they were jumping all over her. And I'm like, this is so crazy. And I wonder if they would have given her the time of day if she wasn't a Kardashian, if it wasn't who she was. And mind you, I can't stand those people, but it's just not right to do that to people. I see people wearing dashikis in African wear, and they're not African. Some of them aren't even black. And you know what? It's not for me to say. If they feel like this particular cloth or whatnot speaks to them, you know, I'm not going to tell them they can't wear that. I'm not going to tell them what they can do with their bodies and stuff. I'm like, I'm glad that you see you know, you have an appreciation of something, but I'm not going to like tell you can't have a job or you can't live your life because you like African wear. You know, it's just not. People are just too hypersensitive, and maybe I'm being too hypersensitive to the people who are hypersensitive. I don't know. I mean, I can see where people are just tired of their culture being exploited. You know, but it's like the world is getting smaller simply because we have a lot more. What is it called? The technology. We're all closer than we've ever been. You know, I can speak to somebody from across the world. I can watch a video of a man in Poland doing beautiful artwork and learn something from him or her. You know, a Russian artist, really funny artwork, but fun to watch and just makes you happy. You know, and we have a lot more things bringing us closer together. And I just can't stand that people get all bent out of shape over things that they don't understand. Instead of having a conversation of saying why this offends them, it's like, yeah, this is my culture, but it's not just mine. You know, it's the world's now. It belongs to everybody. And a lot of people don't want to say that or live that. You know, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm just not being articulate enough. But like I said, adults ruin freaking everything. And I don't want to be one of those type of adults that do that. If you see the beauty in a culture, definitely, you know, admire it, respect it. I mean, I'm not going to tell somebody who's not Caribbean that they can't wear dreadlocks. I mean, come on. You know, I'm not telling you to change the name and try to make it, you know, your own. Or one person was like, well, tacos don't belong to Mexicans. They belong to everybody. It's like, come on, man. At least acknowledge the culture. You know, if you eat their food, at least try to get to know them as a people. People as a people. You know, I don't know. It's like, I like your food, but I hate your people. You know, ooh. In Americans, the only cultures we really have is the culture that was brought in from another country. A lot of black people don't know where they came from in the cultures and traditions and things like that. And I'm one of them. You know, I'm several generations removed from what my ancestors were and who, and, you know, tribes and whatnot like that. I'm completely cut off from all that. And it's so you develop a culture as you see it. Where you're around, what you see, who you're with, and it's what makes you who you are, and you know, it just makes you happy. It gives you an identity where your place is in the world. You know, and I'm not trying to tell anybody that just because you're black you can't appreciate this music properly, or you're black and you can't sing this type of song, especially if you've got beautiful talent. That's like someone telling me, well, you draw white people and, you know, you're just culturally appropriating us. And I'm like, no, I'm showing the world the way I see it, or how I want to see it. You know, and it's just interesting. It's just definitely a different type of conversation to have. But I'm not saying that people shouldn't dress up the way they want to on Halloween. You know, there are limits. Like, you don't want to dress up as Nazis. You don't want to glorify something that is hurtful to others. Diana Ross is not hurtful to others. You know, she's absolutely beautiful. And it's sad that Megyn Kelly couldn't do it because of issues that we're facing in our lives, of people that hate us. And people thought of it, I could see where people thought of it as mocking black people, but it wasn't. She's definitely admires. You don't dress up as somebody you don't admire. You know, I don't know. It's like someone like dressing up a black person or an Asian person dressing up as Santa Claus. You know, oh, he's a white guy. He's Santa Claus. You know, he wasn't from this world. He wasn't from this culture. So you can't dress up as him. You know, type of thing. And I don't know. It's just adults ruin everything. All I really care about is that you show respect to the people who made a way for you. Respect that people had given their lives so that we could all be together, to marry who we want and things like that. And gosh darn it, maybe even to dress up as someone who you're not for Halloween. You know, so I don't want to say I take offense to what Megyn Kelly did, but you know, if 12 months out of the year you're making fun of people of a different, you know, origin of you, and then one day you want to dress up as that origin, but 12 months out of the year you were making fun of them, you were putting them down, you were oppressing them, well, that's something completely different, you know. Then yeah, smack a bitch. But you know, it's just like, that's them, that's their head, you know, where their mind is, deeply ill. I don't know how you want to look at it, but I don't think anybody should be condemned for what they wear on Halloween. If I wanted to dress up as the Hulk, or if I wanted to dress up as Sailor Moon, yeah, look funny. You know, if I want to dress up in a gorilla costume, you know, I'm not trying to make black people look bad. It's just Kim in a gorilla costume. You know, it's just, people are so hypersensitive. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I'm not trying to put people down for the choices that they make, but it's like, yeah, if you're oppressing somebody, yeah, then you need to think about what your actions are. But I didn't see her as being oppressive blackface. Yeah, I know she's had a few choice words to say about people in the past, but I don't see that as her being blackface. I'm not as political as a lot of people. I have my moments, but I'm not. But still, you know, it's Halloween. Cut some people some slack. But then again, you know, when your culture's been slaughtered, particularly by a certain group of people, yeah, I can understand. I can understand. So maybe I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. I don't know. But I don't know. Adults ruin Halloween. Adults ruin everything. It's just tragic. I don't want to belittle anybody's opinion. You know, if you feel that this has wronged you in some way, yeah, there needs to be a conversation. You know, but it's Halloween, guy. Anyway, that's not to say that, you know, I don't know. I always thought of Halloween as kind of just that time that it's yours. It's to have fun. You know, it's all in good fun. Not to be oppressive, not to be cruel. It's just supposed to be fun. And we can't even have that because of the way people treat each other. No fun for you. No fun for you. I don't know. I don't know. Do kids keep it pure? Ooh. You know, I just really like Halloween the way it was, where you don't, I don't want to say it's no judgments and stuff. I mean, some people can be pretty nasty on Halloween. Adults ruin everything. No, but that's just my 2 cents. I mean, it's just really tragic that you can't just let loose one day out of the year. Just one. I don't want to tell anybody what they can and can't wear for Halloween. You're going to wear what you're going to wear. But you just got to understand, if this is America, and there is freedom of speech, which means you can say whatever the heck you want to say. You're just going to have to suffer those consequences later. And don't be afraid or surprised when those consequences come back to bite you on the butt. So maybe a little bit more thought into the costume would have saved her a little bit of headache, maybe. I don't know, but I know that there are a lot of people who were offended, and I don't want to make light of their feelings, you know. And But it's Halloween, god dandruff. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. But yeah, I've seen statements where it says, this is my culture, and it is not a Halloween costume. My culture is not a Halloween costume. And they've got a point. You don't want to do something that's going to offend somebody. But when you're a kid and you're dressing up for Halloween, you're not thinking about offending anybody. You're thinking about getting them sweet, sweet candy. You know, adults ruin everything. So you gotta be better adults. I think that's what it comes down to. It's just gotta be a better adult. Never realized that a Halloween costume can be a life decision. You know, life-changing decision. But yeah, it can be. You can say whatever you want to say, but just be prepared for the consequences, because they will come, and they will come hard, because we are closer than we have ever been to each other. You know, we get news reports right off the bat. I mean, it's like there's no excuse not to understand how this can make someone else feel, except that, you know, you don't care. So that's a little different too. I don't know. But it's Halloween. I don't know. I just hate to think that I can't dress up as someone who is not of my race. And offend somebody because of that. It's just really sad. Okay, enough of that nonsense. On to the drawing. Let me stick to drawing instead of politics. Let's see. So this one right here, little girl. Ooh, I want to give her a different color hair. She's a mermaid, gosh darn it. Let's see. I can give her blue hair, but I've got blue here. I haven't given anybody any red hair. I think I'll save the red hair for the dwarf. Let's see. I've done pink hair, done blue hair. I guess I can do a little bit of green hair. She's underwater. Let's see. Here we go. Let me get my markers. Okay, let's see. We'll do some kind of like an aqua color. So we got this, maybe a little bit of this, and green. Yeah, I guess when you're like in the when you're in like the public eye, you know, you got to be really careful about the things you do and the things you say. You're influencing people, and I guess I got to be careful too. Everybody should be respectful of folks, you know. I don't know. Some people just get mad just to get mad, and that's kind of sad too, because life is too short for that nonsense. But I see the point. Yeah, my culture is not a Halloween costume. I don't know. Maybe America's a Halloween costume. I don't know. There we go. We'll give her a little bit of blue in her eyebrows here. And I don't like how her lips are bleeding a little bit. I shouldn't have used water. Okay, so I got to let that part dry. I should have had this down a little further. Let's see, I'm going to put a little bit of brown here. Let's see. No, we'll put it down here, where the highlights are and stuff. Highlights, I guess the light is coming this way. And maybe a little bit on top, but let's see. Let me bring this up a little bit and move that a little bit so we can see it a little better. Yeah, you're not going to be able to please everybody. Like my artwork definitely isn't everybody's cup of tea. But I like it. And I like to approve. And I have. It's taken me a bit. And what I did to improve, to get to the level where I am now, is that I just draw. I draw things that I like, things that make me happy. I'm not so political where I would draw things that upset me. Yeah, drawing has always been kind of like a release for me. Let's see. Yeah, there have been times when I've drawn like, you know, I was about to get into doing political art, political cartoons, but it really just didn't appeal to me. I don't know. I like the fantasy. I like the fantasy where adults aren't ruining everything. You know? The Great Barrier Reefs. You could probably count all the things that adults have ruined. The environment, you know, and all for money. You know, and it's just really tragic. And then we grow up into adults that ruin things. So be prepared. You might suck as an adult. Just try not to. You know, the world doesn't just revolve around you. It revolves around, you know, everybody. It revolves for everybody. Heck, it revolves for itself, actually. Oh, no, but just try not to be a horrible person. Be the best you can possibly be. Especially on Halloween. No, it's... I just hate that, you know, Halloween has now become a political issue. And it shouldn't have been, you know. And I can understand people speaking up because... you know, it's like your culture has been taken advantage of in the past, made fun of, belittled. I could see why people would be up in arms. I can truly see it. It's just really tragic that things like that have to be, you know, to be heard. Maybe we can all just learn from each other and respect each other. That would be wonderful. And it's sad that even some people don't even respect each other's art. You know, I don't know. I've been listening to too many people talk on YouTube. But I do respect other artists. It's lovely to see other people's work, their other interpretations, and people who are willing to share their artwork, you know, how their processes and things like that. So if you come across a YouTuber who does that, is not too annoying, and is respectful of other people and their work, and, you know, willing to learn and even listen, if they've offended you, that they actually listen. Now that's awesome. So not only are they people who are influencing people, but they're also people who, you know, doing it for good, you know? It's not just like, well, bump you. You don't like my stuff? Don't watch. I'm like, well, yeah, but you got to understand that your stuff is hurting people's feelings. You know, things like that. And maybe it just gives people another insight to what's going on. I mean, I was raised in California. I was born and raised in California. And I always thought people were people. They were wonderful people. You can date whoever you like. You know, and people marched so that people could do that. You know, to have those freedoms, those basic human freedoms. And then I had joined the Navy, left California, and found that people don't have those freedoms, or felt like other people shouldn't have those freedoms. As I get older, I hear more people being more vocal about how they don't think that people should have certain freedoms and things like that. And it's just like, wow, what a difference. Definitely a difference. And I try to understand where folks are coming from. Like, some people don't believe in interracial relationships. You know, and it's like, okay, well, that's your opinion. You know, but and I try to respect other people's opinions. You know, and that's all you can do. You know, maybe you can show them that, you know, not how they're thinking is wrong, or, you know, but maybe help show them, you know. And sometimes people just don't know. You know, ignorance is no excuse in the law, but, you know, if you're taught a certain thing and taught a certain way, you know, unless you see something different, you're not going to know that what you're believing is wrong. You know, I'm not, you know, so we all have to deal with our prejudices, our misgivings, you know, and we all have to be discerning adults where, you know, just because someone doesn't like a particular person, it doesn't mean it's right, you know. And you know, and just to see their different people's perspectives, I think that helps out a lot. But yet, still, and I have no doubt in my mind at all, adults ruin everything. They ruin everything. Oh. Oh, man. I'm trying not to ruin art. I promise you I'll try not to ruin my art. That's why I jumped off of this one and jumped onto this one. Yeah. So, I think next Inktober, I'll come up with ways of not just blowing it off, not blowing off the challenge and stuff, because some of these I blew off. I'm like, this prompt really sucks. And then I came across one that, okay, this prompt really sucks, but damn it, I'm gonna rock it. Oh man. But anyway, try not to be too political in your life. Don't take life too seriously, but don't take it for granted either. We're only here for a heartbeat. None of us are going to come out of this alive. But maybe your artwork may last just a little longer and maybe make somebody happy. Well, shucky ducky. Let's see. Let's color in this cookie. I don't really like not Oreos. What do you call it? Chocolate chip cookies so much. I'm more of a sugar cookie kind of girl. So we'll say that it's wet. And we'll darken up some of the chocolate chips here. I mean, I used to like them. Chips Ahoy and things like that. But once I discovered sugar cookies and, but then again, chocolate chip cookies taste good when they're right out the oven. Just melt all that chocolate and stuff. But, I don't know. Watch out for that hook, baby. Watch out for that hook. Let me make it, just put a little bit of yellow into it. The funny thing about art is that people don't look at it for a long period of time. It has to be something special for someone to really just take that time out and just stare. And yet, like in comic books and stuff, an artist will spend hours creating a scene. A really good one, back in the day, really was just some stuff. And even now, a lot of detail and stuff. And I'm so eager to get into the story that I give it like a quick glance. It's like, okay, that's where we are. That's where our hero is. And then bypass it completely. I'm like, man, if so what, like an average of a second, people take a look at things, take it in, and then move on. But yet, if you only work for a second, I just want to give it it's too small. I got this smush on here. If you only give your artwork a second, people won't even really look at it. They'll look at it even less than if it was really incredible. I don't know. It's really a weird thing. Okay, let's see. How can I fix this? Throw some more color on the edge. I need my... This might be too big. Let me see. I'm trying to give like a little edge to the nose. And then I'm going to blend it outwards this way. There we go. Just to kind of give her nose a little bit more. And I apologize if I've offended anybody with my little adults ruin anything rant. They do. Adults ruin everything. They ruin people. They ruin kids. Yeah, we need more manuals on how to raise a child. Only for people to say, I'm going to raise my kid the way I want to raise my kid. Just like I was raised. Too crazy. But yeah, back to the artwork. Back to the artwork. Okay, so I got a nice little light going on here. Let me see. And then I'll start on those little starfish. Let's see. Let's see. Starfish. We'll make you yellow. I need more yellow in my life. There we go. And we'll kind of give it like a little bevel. And then she's got like a little shell here. got little pearls. We'll just make these little yellow. Yeah, it'll make the other one like a little blue-green, little blue. Let's see, we'll toss a little blue on here. I should have kept the yellow. Yeah, most of the time when I was drawing as a kid, most of my stuff was black and white. When I was a teenager, I want to say it's recent that I started really liking color, coming out with color, and yeah, I think it's pretty recent, and only because I was just used to seeing in black and white. I'd always do black and white portraits. I didn't start getting good until after high school, when I started developing the eye of seeing negative and positive space and how that works together to help me get this cohesive picture. Let me see if I can get a little bit more detail. And it's funny, this is a shirt. This is not something that someone's going to sit down and just stare at. It's just I'll be probably wearing it out, and with all the images on there, everything will be taking, you know, depending on what catches their eye. You know, some things will catch their eyes a lot more than others. Other images, and it's just kind of fascinating what people gravitate to. I'm just mixing in a little bit of just a little bit of details here to make things stand out a little bit more. All right. Yeah, some of my favorite stuff is going to be on the back of the shirt. Yeah, so yeah, in next Inktober, I'm definitely going to be trying to keep everything on the front, and that's going to be a big challenge. Let's see. So I'm going to move this up a little bit and work on the tail. It's kind of funny, this Inktober. It's taken the subjects have gone from being in the sky to being in the water to being on land. You know, there's animals, there's people, there's creatures. It's just kind of fascinating. Some of the stuff I probably would never have drawn had it not have been for this. You know, this challenge. And to me, that's kind of fascinating. I don't know. Inktober has been a blessing and a curse at the same time. A curse in that I realize what kind of time I have, and then a blessing that I'm coming up with things that are definitely different. It's challenging me to think about what kind of colors I want to go with, and let's see, what colors look great together. Oh, Like right now, I'm thinking about how I want to do this tail. I know I'm going to use probably the green. I know I'm going to probably use this green here. This is turquoise, but it still looks green. It comes out green. I think it needs to, let me see if I can get this to mix with blue to bring out more of that turquoise color. So I'm going to throw blue on here. And we put some music on so it's not too boring. Okay, I got two choices whether to use the chisel. I'm going to try to chisel first. See, it comes out kind of green. It's funny, I never used to color with a chisel tip. Let's see, I'm going to use this light blue. This is sky blue. See, that this color looks more turquoise than anything when I'm mixing both of these two together. Yeah, I do like these mythical creatures. All right. And that's what I've got so far. Now on my screen, it looks a lot more blue than it does blue-green. Let me see. Let me try my other screen. Maybe one's better calibrated than the other. No, it looks more blue than green. That's really freaky. Anyway, let's see. But her hair it has more of the green than the blue. I don't know, it's crazy. Let's see, do I want to do blue and yellow? Purple and yellow? Let's see, color schemes, how do I want to do this? Blue, how about blue and yellow? Maybe this teal, let's see. See if some of the scales pop out. I think I'll do the iridescent color that I have, and I'll toss that in the center of these scales here. Let's see. Yeah, this is the iridescent glitter that I have. So maybe that would look beautiful on scales. We'll just have a little bit of this yellow come down. You know, if I could be anything for Halloween, I would be a centaur. Half horse, half woman. And I would want to do like the stuff that horses do. Like if I feel like like horses just crap wherever, I want to be able to like lift my tail up. And I saw this in what is that? What is this? What's that? I think it was called Silent Movie, possibly, where they were sitting on it was kind of a little romantic scene where Bernadette Peters, and I can't remember who she was with, they were sitting on a carousel, and the next thing you know, the carousel horse's tail lifts up and it starts to crap. I want my costume to be able to like drop gifts. Little, not necessarily turds, but actually just like turd out gifts, I guess. Little gift wraps, whatever, and then walk away. Maybe it's candy, horse candy. Here, have some. Yeah, so I don't know if my choice in Halloween costume would be an indication of who I am subconsciously, but if it was, then I want to be a centaur. I know some people were mermaids, things like that, but yeah, I want to be a centaur. Centaur's cool. Have a nice long mane. I think I'd want like a tribal type of centaur where you'd have like tattoos on you. I think I'll do that on a picture. Like this would be my ideal costume. And I want the legs to work. I want the tail to swish. You know, it'd be fun going to the bathroom. Be like a Clydesdale or something like that. A big fat horse, thick horse. They crap out beer like a Clydesdale. The king of beers. Okay, I'm gonna try a little bit of turquoise, like in the shadows, just to see if I can give it like this little shadow bit here. This is much more fun than the dancing on the thunder clouds or something like that. And this is supposed to be turquoise. It still comes out green. Okay, let me see if I can get this blue to make it look more turquoise. No, it just seems to overpower it a bit. Maybe if I lighten it up with white. Hopefully this white still works. And this is Tulip. Tulip has white. That's why I kind of hold everybody else to that standard. It's like, why don't you have white, huh? Yeah, I think Tulip is the only one that really has white. Paint. I'm using Painter's white, and this Tulip white. Yeah, with white applied to it, it definitely looks turquoise now. Let me bring up the tail a bit. I want this part to be more white than turquoise. Let me see if I can get it to come out a little bit more. Alrighty. Okay, so I think I'll add a little bit of glitter. And this is the royal blue, but I wanted the iridescent. Well, this is pretty. This one here is, what blue is this? Doesn't tell me what blue it is, but it's pretty. Let's see. Let's see. This one might be cute. Let's see. See, I think I'll throw a little bit of green here. Throw a little bit of blue. Probably just a smidge. Okay. Just kind of throw in different types of blues. Alrighty, and where's my Mod Podge? Oh, here's the iridescent. We'll squinkle a little bit onto here. I'll see my Mod Podge over there. Come on, you. Perfect. Okay. Lovely. Okay, and then we'll just mix a little bit of these guys together. Okay. gob of this. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Oops, take a little bit off here. Oh, lovely. It looks great on the tail. You know, I never used to be this kind of a glitter freak until I started drawing more and more mythical creatures. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, and I usually reserve glitter for my canvas bags. You know, because you're not wearing glitter. You know, glitter sometimes has that feel to it, that raised sandpaper feel. And sometimes it's heavy because I have Mod Podge on it. It's the sealant I use. Sealant of choice. I could probably use fabric glue too. All right. Okay, that looks gorgeous on this tail. Okay, and then I'm going to do the scales here. Let me throw a little bit more Mod Podge on here just in case. I put my Mod Podge in these little snack containers. It seems to do pretty well. So far, so good. Okay. I think I'll keep it in the highlighted area. In Mod Podge, it goes on white, but it dries clear, which is pretty cool. Just a little. I could just go nuts and just drop it right on. But I think if I can just get a few of the scales to pick up the light, I think that'd be enough. I kind of like that. Not too much. Yeah, and the colors are gorgeous here. Okay, I've got to use these colors elsewhere. I've got a lot left, so that's not too bad. put it near the top too. Okay. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Let's add more music. What shall we listen to? Alrighty. So, like, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I respond to all of my comments, except the dirty ones. Keep your dirty comments to yourself now. Let's see. Ooh, I'll put this in her hair anyway. Bump it. It's gorgeous. And if you have any suggestions, I mean, I've seen a lot of people draw anime, and I like it, but I like to draw my own type of anime or manga type characters. And I think maybe next month I'm going to do a combination of trying to complete my coloring book. And now that I found some really good pens, and I'm going to see if I can complete that. And in addition, probably do a few alterations to my jacket, which is I want to put All Might on it, and I want to put characters from My Hero Academia. I love that one. I was doing a jacket for my son, and I ended up taking it. It was One Piece, and I came across kids who liked it, who liked my jacket, and fans that liked One Piece. I even forgot I was wearing the jacket, and mostly around my waist because it's too hot to really wear it in Florida. But I was like inspired. They're like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like it. I'm like, oh, cool. And it opens up a conversation. I mean, there's something about anime that really just brings people together. Or divides, depending on your opinion on some of the animes. Take some of this and throw some Mod Podge on it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's put this like this. Oops. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. I'll put this in water. Okay, so this little mermaid has to dry. Okay, baby. Okay, so far I've got Stretch and Thunder colored. I don't know if I like the Thunder so much. I think I might want to redo it. Maybe put something a little bit more attractive on there. Alrighty. So I'll bring that up a little bit. Maybe you can see the glitter a little better. It's just really pretty. I love the tail. The tails came out really nice. It's funny, I think the camera is only picking up like the white speckles. but there's some really beautiful green speckles in it as well. Alrighty, so today I'll just leave it off here, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll continue. Have a great one. Bye-bye. I'll do a speed version as well for people who just, it's just too long. The talking is just way too long. So have a great one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.